How's it going, everybody? Daner here with North Central Coins, and welcome back to another episode of the most rare and valuable coins in Australia. Get ready to discover one of the most rare and valuable Australian dollar coins that could actually be floating around in your pocket change. Buckle up and get ready to be blown away, because today we are diving into the fascinating world of coins from down under and discussing an incredibly rare and modern decimal dollar that, if identified correctly, can be worth some insane amounts of money. Before I do get into this, I would really appreciate if you guys would smash that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and also ring that bell notification so you can stay up to date with my new content as it is being released. Also, make sure to stay to the end of the video if you would like to find out how much you could get for one of these coins if you were ever to discover one. And then without further ado, what do you say we get right into it and discuss the Australian $2,000 muled with the 10-cent obverse die? Let's get it, guys. Australian coin decimalisation refers to the process by which Australia transitioned from its previous currency system based on the British pound, shilling, and pence to the modern decimal currency system that it uses today. This major change took place on February 14, 1966, and had several key elements. Some of these elements that were involved in the decimalisation of Australian coinage were new currency units. The Australian pound, which had been the primary currency, was replaced by the Australian dollar. The dollar was divided into 100 cents, mirroring many other international currencies. Also, new coins. To accommodate this change, a new set of coins was introduced. These included the 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, and 50 cent coins. But the 1 and 2 cent coins have since been phased out of circulation. Banknotes. New banknotes were issued in various denominations, including 1, 2, 5, 10, and 20 Australian dollar notes. Subsequent years saw the introduction of higher denominations like $50 and $100 banknotes. Transition period. During the transition period, both the old pound shilling pence system and the new decimal system were used side by side. This allowed people to become familiar with the new currency gradually. Education campaign. The government launched an extensive education campaign to help people understand the new currency system and ensure a smooth transition. And lastly, currency conversion. Existing savings and bank accounts were converted from pounds to dollars, with the value essentially staying the same. Decimalisation was a significant step in modernizing Australia's financial and economic systems. It simplified everyday transactions, making calculations easier for consumers and businesses. Today, the Australian dollar is one of the world's major currencies and is widely used in international trade and finance. In the 1980s, Australian gold-coloured $1 and $2 coins were officially launched. The dollar coins were first launched in 1984 to replace the $1 bill. In 1988, the $2 coins were launched, likewise replacing the $2 banknote. The composition of these coins is 92% copper, 2% nickel, and 6% aluminum. The $2 coin is significantly thicker but has a smaller diameter than the $1 coin. The introduction of these Australian gold-coloured $1 and $2 coins in the 1980s aimed to phase out the use of paper currency for these denominations. These newer modern coins, which were composed of a copper-nickel-aluminum alloy, not only provided a more durable alternative but also allowed for easier identification due to their distinctive size and thickness. Now, before we get into this extremely rare and valuable Australian dollar, first we should discuss mule coins briefly. A mule coin is not some exotic currency from a distant land, but rather a coin with a quirky minting error that makes it incredibly special. Imagine holding a coin that appears like a certain denomination is on one side, but you flip it over and it's a completely different story on the other. It's like having a coin that is playing a double role. Mule coins are the result of a mix-up in the minting process where mismatched dies were used to strike the coin. The term mule refers to the fact that these coins are hybrids, combining elements from two different coin designs, similar to a mule or donkey. It's as if the minting process took an unexpected turn, creating an incredible numismatic oddity. One of the most famous examples of Mule coins comes from Australia, and it is actually the coin that we are discussing today, and that is the $2,000 Mule with a 10-cent obverse die. So if you ever do stumble upon a Mule coin, consider yourself extremely lucky. These coins are not only rare, but also carry with them the charm of unexpected surprises in the world of coin collecting. These pieces are a reminder that even in the realm of precision and consistency, sometimes coins like to break the rules and become numismatic treasures. Australian coin collectors first learned about a significant coin blunder that occurred at the Royal Australian Mint in 2003. A few $1 coins from the year 2000 were struck with the wrong obverse die, head side, and sent into circulation, but the mistake wasn't discovered for a year or two. Some of the 2000 $1 coin obverses were accidentally struck using the Australian 10-cent obverse die. The 10-cent and $1 coins only differ in diameter by 1.4 millimeters, therefore the mistake went undetected and the fabled 2000 $1 Mule was released into the wild. This incredibly rare and valuable coin quickly gained attention from collectors and numismatists the world over. Due to its unique combination of the 10-cent and $1 designs, the 2000 $1 Mule became highly sought after, with some specimens selling for thousands if not more. The Royal Australian Mint eventually acknowledged this error and confirmed the existence of these rare coins, further increasing their desirability among collectors. When compared to a regular $1 coin, it's not difficult to identify a 2000 $1 or 10-cent Mule. Due to the smaller 10-cent die, the coin's obverse has a smaller double rim, which is visible in the coin's image above. Because the smaller die was utilized, the double rim and obverse striking are frequently out of alignment. Obverse strikes that are well centered on mules typically sell for more money. This alignment issue also adds to the uniqueness and rarity of the 2000 $1 and 10-cent Mule coin, making them even more sought after by collectors. Additionally, the distinct double rim on the obverse side of the coin further distinguishes it from regular $1 coins, making it a highly desirable piece for any collection. Now, there is some speculation on mintage figures for the 2000 $1 10-cent Mule coin. On the now inactive Australian Coins internet community, some of the more active Mule hunters did disclose their find numbers. The mintage figure was determined from these numbers and an enormous sample size that was searched. Some hunters examined upwards of 2 million coins and said that the 2000 $1 Mule had a mintage of between 6,000 and 7,000 pieces. This limited mintage adds to the allure of the 2000 $1 Mule, as collectors value coins with lower production numbers. Additionally, the rarity of this coin contributes to its high market value. Now, the easiest way to identify this coin is to flip over to the obverse. The reverse of the coin should have the typical Australian dollar design featuring 5 kangaroos, but the obverse of the coin should have the date 2000, the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, and most importantly, a somewhat noticeable seam or bevel in between the rim of the coin and the strike on the obverse. This is because the 10-cent obverse die was slightly smaller in diameter, thus creating a smaller impression on the coin around the size of an Australian 10-cent piece. Now, before we get into the value, I quickly want to give you guys some of the specifications for this coin. If any of these are off, it might indicate that it is a counterfeit or a fake. This coin was issued for standard circulation. It is from the year 2000. It has a face value of $1 Australian dollar. Now, $1 Australian dollar as of today is equal to 87 cents Canadian. It is of the decimal era, which means from 1966 until the present day. It is composed of aluminum bronze, which is 92% copper, 6% aluminum, and 2% nickel. It has a weight of 9 grams, a diameter of 25 millimeters, a thickness of 2.5 millimeters. The shape is round, and the coin's orientation is in metal alignment, as is the standard for most Australian and Canadian coins. In terms of value, finding price listings for this coin can be challenging, but PCGS actually lists a record of an eBay sale that sold a graded MS62 example for $3,598. Something important to note is that it is much more common for British, Australian, and American coins to score from MS67 to MS70 if they are in a high-grade mint state, unlike Canadian coins, which rarely surpass the MS67 mark. Because of these extra tiers in grades, if it does receive an MS68, MS69, or the MS70 grade, you can be sure it will bring some massive premiums. And with some of the information I've come across, a few that were graded higher than MS62 have sold in the past over the 5-figure mark. So if it hits around an MS65 or higher, you are talking a $10,000 coin easily. What do you guys think about this year 2000 Australian dollar 10-cent Mule coin? What would you ever do if you found a legitimate example, or if you have found any of the coins that were discussed in this video? Let me know down in the comments. I would love to know. Also, I would really appreciate if you guys would smash that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and also ring that bell notification so you can stay up to date with my new content as it is being released. But I think that is pretty much going to do it for this one, folks. So until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all.